I gotta line you up. Whoop. There we go.
I told you the kitty had been over there.
Well, that I had moved around. That was my bad. Hi, over here. This is P.
Over there, M.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist
Studio.
Hello to all of y'all. Woo! Boy, it just started like all of a sudden. People started coming in.
This is Thursday.
It's Thursday. P has some thoughts, I think, so she printed some things out. I don't know if that counts.
Of course it does.
Okay.
Intent.
Intent. All right, let's say hello to some people. All right, hold on here. I wish this had like an automatic, like it knew that, all right, it's time to pop out the chat. Do the little thing over here for me. Really need taken care of. Don't we all?
I can come over and do it for you,
No, that
Mariah.
probably would not go well. I love you, but... Let's see. Hey, on this here Thursday, we have Ann, Brad, Mo, Darcy, Dana, Deb, Debbie, Eva, Fiona, Judy P, Leslie, Lisa, Penka, Serious Hecka, and Sharon at Texture Junkies.
Yay.
Wow. Quite the crew.
Well, I hope we can titillate and...
We plan to titillate you.
Titillate and you know, give your fancy a little nudge.
Commiserate.
Well, some of them we may be commiserating with. I don't know what they've been doing.
Let us know if you need any commiserating.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah, you know. Hey, Mary Ellen. Welcome, welcome. Titillate, inspire. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How are we doing so far? Well, here, let's get some business out of the way. Go ahead and give this video a thumbsy upsies for those of you that are in the chat and you know what it's all about and you love us and you're hanging out and want to support us and love us more and let other people know, hey, there might be something interesting happening over here on the YouTube. There you go.
There you go.
We are edging up on our 3,000 subscribers. I haven't looked at it today. I have not been on social media all that much. I don't know if you guys have missed me or not, or have noticed.
I tried to take up the slack, but I'm not nearly as good
No,
at it.
she has long, engaging, private conversations.
I think that counts, right? And Mo.
Ann and Mo. She's hanging out with the Arty trio behind the scenes, planning the health and wealth of the realm.
Health and wealth of the realm absolutely is dependent on our collaborating together and talking and
Susan.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. That's all I know. I've been working on packaging. Well, not packaging really. It's more displays and print material.
Wow.
Redesigning things that I've already designed, which is so much fun. Really good for my soul.
She's been kind of cranky.
I have.
But I cut her a little slack because I understand why.
Yeah. All right, well, so there's that. So it's kind of nice to pop in here and do some Thursday thoughts and whatnot.
Yeah,
Hello,
for sure.
Ludmilla. I'm so glad you were here. Oh, I'm getting a...
What is it?
I don't know. We are plotting and planning, is what Ann says. I had another idea today, but decided not to confuse the Thursday thoughts. That's probably best, especially with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get with you after the event. Am I ready to start? I don't want to do an overhead. I want us to just stay side by side while I read.
Oh, okay. We can do that. And then I wanted to say, if Kelly, if you are here and you are listening, Kelly 4, welcome to the Loverly Perks. We really appreciate that. So we only need 2 more people. This is getting very exciting. But Kelly, if you would reach out to me and let me know, I need your email and stuff because I need to chat with you about all your little perks.
Yes.
But if I don't, some of you guys, obviously I know who you are, but I tried to look up Kelly and I don't know that I know her unless she has some other handle. People do that sometimes. So there you go. Yes, thank you for that for sure. But we want to give you your perks.
Absolutely. I've been going through my prints because that's one of your perks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's going to pick it, though. We've decided that. Yeah.
Yeah.
P gets to pick the perk.
I'm the print picker.
She's the print picker.
That's my title along with Queen Patricia.
Queen Patricia gets to pick the prints.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times.
Okay, getting right on with it. Well, you know, in the hop, one of the, I believe it was Michelle, used a poem by Octavio Paz as her inspiration and actually, you know, wrote the poem out in her art book. And I looked him up because I didn't have time to read, and she said I don't think she used the whole poem. She just used verses from the poem. So I thought that that would be a nice place to start, because one of the things I want to talk about today is how to generate ideas for your artwork. You know, where does that start and how does it begin?
Because not everybody has a Mariah telling you what you need to be doing.
This is true. If you don't have one of those, then you are on your own,
Right.
and it's sometimes a daunting task to decide your direction. So reading poetry and looking for visual imagery is one of the ways that you can go about doing that. And I'm thinking that's what Michelle did.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the poem. It's called Listen to Me as One Listens to the Rain. Listen to me as one listens to the rain. Not attentive, not distracted, light footsteps, thin drizzle. Water that is air, air that is time. The day is leaving, the night has yet to arrive. Figurations of mist at the turn of the corner. Figurations of time at the bend of this pause. Listen to me as one listens to the rain. Without listening, hear what I say, with eyes open inward, asleep, with all 5 senses awake. It's raining, light footsteps, a murmur of syllables, air and water, words with no weight. What we are and are, the days and years, this moment, weightless time and heavy sorrow. Listen to me as one listens to the rain. Wet asphalt shining. Steam rises and walks away. Night unfolds and looks at me. You are you and your body of steam, you and your face of night, you and your hair, unhurried lightning. You cross the street and enter my forehead. Footsteps of water across my eyes. Listen to me as one listens to the rain. The asphalt's shining, you cross the street. It is the mist wandering in the night. It is the night, asleep in your bed. It is the surge of waves in your breath. Your fingers of water dampen my forehead. Your fingers of flame burn my eyes. Your fingers of air open eyelids of time. A spring of visions and resurrections. Listen to me as one listens to the rain. The years go by, the moments return. Do you hear footsteps in the next room? Not here, not there. You hear them in another time that is now. Listen to the footprints of time. Inventor of places with no weight, nowhere. Listen to the rain running over the terrace. The night is now more night in the grove. Lightning has nestled among the leaves. A restless garden adrift, go in. Your shadow covers this page. Octavio Paz.
Ooh, very nice, P. You're getting lost. Well, actually, the chat kind of went silent. So there was only a couple little things. Yes, but
good, because
not exactly great for our chat rate. But, you know, yeah, you know, we're only just trying to build a channel.
Well, the reason I picked this poem, because I looked at quite a few others. I looked at some by Langston Hughes. I looked at some by Emily Dickinson. And I just kept coming back to this one because of the visual imagery here.
It has a lot of great, and Michelle did such a wonderful job with that. And it's so funny, as you were reading it, I was kind of having little visuals back from Michelle's
and saying,
her
wow,
book.
I know why she did that. I understand that better now. And I think that that's the beauty of holding something in your hand and having actual contact with it. And you can manipulate it and take your time with it. Because I think this poem, it needs to have time taken with it. But I think some of the wonderful things, thin drizzle.
Yes.
I mean, can't you you can see that.
Well, and the kind of the steam coming up off of the asphalt and walking away, that
Yes.
one,
And the lightning.
Yes.
And the lightning is nestled. It's nestled. I love that. Nestling among the leaves. I just think that there are so many wonderful images that can be gleaned from this and actually transferred into a visual form of your choosing. And the other one that I'm kind of reminded of when I looked at this is Judy did, it was wonderful. This wonderful swirls of browns and sage and a little bit of aqua and leaves.
Yes.
With the leaves. And immediately I was just transported back to when we would go fishing and it would rain and we would be down at the stream and then we would have to walk up the bank, but the water would be running down in little rivulets beside us as we walked up.
Carrying the leaves.
Yeah, and carry those leaves. And then they would just kind of flow into the river down below. But I think that's the power of art. And you don't necessarily have to be able to see it when you're doing it, but the people who look at it later will be able to. And it will be an experience for them that's totally related to their experiences. And I think that's the beauty of the visual image. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that very much. Okay. So number 1 here, how to generate ideas is the poem. I've already talked about that. Another thing that I do is what I've been doing here with creating the book. I'm going back through old prints. And I sit here and I'll hold them up to Mariah and I will say, what do you think? And she will say, I think you already have one that looks a lot like that one. I think you should try to do something else. Or she will say, yeah, it looks great, but don't you think it needs a little bit more of?
Yeah.
This is the wonderful collaboration that we have back and forth here that I think is unique to the industry that I observe out there. And I watch a lot of videos. Because a lot of times what I do with Izzy is she will be playing her games and I just have to sit beside her and make comments every now and then on something that she creates little avatars and she's very proud of them and she wants to share them with you. And if you don't have a reaction, she gets a little upset. So you have to be available.
And it better be, you need to be paying attention.
Yeah, you do. And you need to make intelligent comments about, what she's done that indicates that you are paying attention.
And Mary Ellen, one of the things that might, I know that there was some people have had some issues with using just regular credit cards. I think PayPal works better with the whole thing if you're trying to get into the Arty Perk deal. I can't remember exactly what that was. Brad might be able to assist a bit more on the back end there, but we'll get you worked out. No worries, Mary Ellen. I did see your messages and stuff there, so we're not ignoring. We will take care of you.
Yeah, no, Mariah's really good at multitasking. See, she's listening to me and looking at the chat at the same time. I'm very impressed. I certainly wouldn't be able to do that. I would be doing one or the other.
Yeah.
And see, that's what's really remarkable because Mariah is aware of everything going on around here. I'm like this. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And everything else can be going to hell. And I don't care.
But
I'm not
I also
even aware.
get distracted by that because I do notice everything. So it's hard to focus on one particular thing. So, yeah. Kelly! Hey, yes, we need, Kelly, if you would get in touch with me, and my email, or if you want to find me on Facebook, Instagram, any of those, all PM Artist Studio, because we need to get in touch with you.
Yes,
So we
you
can-
have some things coming your way.
Yes, you've got your promo code, so you can shop, and with your discount, and then we're gonna send you a print. So I will need your address. There you go.
There you go.
Hello, Maxine. Glad you got. Man, you guys are just awesome. All rolling in. I love it.
Yeah, and if you're just now rolling in, I'm sorry, you'll have to watch the rerun of the poetry
Yes.
session there. Okay, back to it. Back to the whole idea of generating ideas. How do we go about it? What do we do? Well, I don't know what you do. This is what I do. I'm just sharing with you. And I really, honestly, I am never at a loss for ideas. I'm frustrated that an idea isn't happening how I wanted it to happen. But that's, again, where I bring this to Mariah and I will say, okay, I draw her pictures.
Yeah, there's one sitting down in my office right now looking at me, judging me, and telling me that, I'm not taking care of my mother.
I'm feeling a little neglected. This job that she has is definitely getting in the way of the PM artist empire. Okay, so
Well, Kelly, you can send me an email or whatever is easiest for you. You just, you reach out to me however you can. I wish I went to your channel to see if you had an email on yours, or her profile.
you
Because
didn't
that's
find.
how YouTube works.
Oh,
So,
I don't know that.
she doesn't know that.
I don't know that. I don't have to know that. It's not under my purview.
I know.
I have, minions to take care of that. Okay,
Her court.
my court.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to grab one here.
Yeah, narrowing down the ideas and getting them into a cohesive project plan folder.
Yeah.
P's desk is very much like how her brain works. Like it's an extension.
I must have it around me. I must be able to see it.
And then some of it just gets stuffed away. We don't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it when I find it again.
Yeah, if she wants to deal with it again, or she just shoves it back into some other little stuffy hole.
And Mariah finds it.
And then she didn't. I'm like, are we ready to deal with this? Can we do something about this?
Okay. Well, all right. I showed Anne what I did with my stencils because when I do something as far as organizing, it's because I have to. It's not something I go, oh, yippee-ki-yay, let's
Like her life is not just better
clean
because
and
of that.
organize. If it becomes so miserable and horrible that I cannot function, then I will do something about it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, when you get your box of stuff and it needs to be put together, I read the instructions the very last step. And that's when I can't make it work. I don't choose to start that way.
Oh, Susan says not being able to complete all her ideas is existentially painful. See, P doesn't feel that way. She doesn't have to have completion. It can be in a state of whatever she left it in, and she is totally fine with that.
I'm process driven. In fact, I told Mariah, I said, the only reason that I'm doing what I'm doing right now with you all is because of you. I don't give a rip. I can sit here and make gel plates till
And nobody ever has to
the
see
hot
them
place
or-
freezes over. And I don't have to do anything with them. Once I do them, I'm done.
See, and all of this, like, interacting with you guys, like, fills me up. Like, it makes me so happy. But, like, and I think it's so cool to be able to bring P into that. Because she really does get so much out of it. But, like, it doesn't drive her. And it doesn't, like, she doesn't know how to do a lot of that. As far as, like, that's just not her personality. And never has been. Ever. Like, she just doesn't go out and find people and, like, need to interact
I don't
with
even
them.
really like people, mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
I could be a hermit as long as I had the internet and books. And I need an ophthalmologist so I can see the books and the
She does love you guys.
internet. I do. I really
just
do.
likes
And
to
it's
be
like
that
Mariah
way.
says. I think I don't really realize that I'm missing that particular aspect of it because I really, I enjoyed taking classes and going to college. And I would still be doing that if COVID plus there's not anything really close here. When I lived in West Texas, 30-minute drive, and I was at the community college, and I knew everybody there. They knew me. It was a wonderful community. I don't have any of that here, so this is it. This is my reaching out to other artists and having a conversation, basically. All right, this is another way you can do this. Organize your stencils, but inside of your stencils, what did I do with that one? God, I knew I'd need it.
They're saying how you got compliments on your outfit today. I told her that this is like her Arty Jedi outfit.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so what? And Mariah, you can go to overhead now.
Okay.
They will need to see some of this.
Okay. There we go.
I had this. Pardon me. I had this in my folder with grass, and I just call them nodes.
No, that's the wispy grass.
This is wispy grass.
Yes.
And it's been used. And remember, I did some really. In fact, I sent prints to someone. I can't remember who.
I don't know. I've been sending out a lot of your stuff. She
Yeah.
gives it to me. I
just have piles of it over here, and she knows if the piles are over there that she has access to them. If she doesn't have access to them, she can't have them because I'm not ready to give them up yet.
That's right.
So I put things in these little folders along with this stencil that I fully intend to use. That might not be what happens, but that's my idea of right now. But what I want you to see first of all is look at this print that I pulled.
That is
This is from Tuesday.
This is from Anne. This is hilarious. It so sounds like you. She says, I like some people, but I've gotten to the point where drama is not on the schedule, and I'm never bored at home. We always say that. We're like, if people come over here, at least we can go to the studio.
I know. And you
if
know,
we're trapped at other people's houses, we're like,
God, I could be
just
home doing
sitting
something
here.
really interesting. They don't even have anything interesting on their walls.
yeah, they need some art.
Yeah.
We should give these people some art.
And then I'd at least have something to look at when I went there. That's how I feel about my son's house. I mean,
don't
it's
even
just-
go to this.
Okay, now back to this, because you're going to get to see me pull it, but this is the one I did on Tuesday that we were kind of tentative about. Ooh, can we use that deli paper and will it come off for a dry pull?
Oh, here, this is some good stuff. So Sandy says, in early childhood education, our mantra is the process is not the product, that's important. And we try to instill that in children so they don't get frustrated when things aren't perfect.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
My educational experience was not in early childhood, thank God, because I would have been terrible at it.
It's just a little mean for the little ones.
Dead children lying about. Now parents get a little upset about that. I just think if you are focused on learning and growth, rather than what it looks like when you get finished, you're going to be a lot happier. And you're also going to be
That is true.
you're going to be a lot more open to doing something different. If that's your mindset.
I'm a little envious of you for that. I need to get this done.
Oh yeah, straight up.
Like, this needs to be done in order for it to matter.
Yeah,
that is, my process has to be that.
Well, right now my process is getting this damn thing off of here without ripping it.
I videoed you pulling
The other one.
the other one. So it did work. Sorry guys, I meant to post that. Did I post it? I don't think I posted it.
I
it on my phone.
didn't see it. But that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes she posts stuff and I'm going, I don't know where it is. Boy, I got really close to that edge over there. That's a dangerous thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. Try to get your paper on your plate a little more. I'm concerned about that edge over there. All right, let's just go for it. It's just deli paper. I mean, come on. You know, if this was like Arch's $20 a sheet paper, I'd be having a hissy fit.
Now that one you left on.
I left the other one on too.
Well, I know, but
This has been on for, I did it right after I pulled the other one because I wanted to make sure it was replicable, the process.
Well, you did a very good job reproducing.
And what's really great is that all of the monkey muck comes off, and look at that.
Beautiful.
I mean, isn't that just stellar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got 2 of those. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I've got to figure out how some way to utilize this in my
I think that's
book.
the thing too, Sandy. She says with the gel plates, it's easier to get obsessed with the process. If the product isn't great, you just add more layers. So I think it's a very fulfilling.
I think that's one of the reasons
Yeah.
that it is an attractive and so perpetuating, because you don't ever come to an end of it. You don't suddenly wake up and say, well, I know how to do this now. I've done everything.
Hey, on your reproduction there, did you also put it down on the slick side, or did you flip it to see if you could get... The original one was with the
Rough side.
rough side.
They were both rough side.
Okay.
Both rough side,
There you go.
I think. Let me just check that. Yes.
Yes.
No, this was slick.
Oh, so you did one slick and one...
I did one set, and that was a total accident.
Yeah, she didn't plan that.
That was not
Obviously.
planned. This is the slicky side. See, you can see it. It's shiny. So both sides pull equally well.
There you go.
No, there's not much difference there. And I think, on the Carnival tissue paper, we kind of had some kind of stuff going on about that also. And there's no difference. I don't see a difference in whichever side you pull on. It seems to be the same.
Right.
Just, yeah, a little bit different results. Okay, so go through your stencils, go through your prints, put some of your prints in with your stencils. If you just have that where you don't know what to do, you don't want to start a new project, you don't have the stuff that you need to do a new project or a process or whatever, just go through your stencils and, look at them and pick prints out and shove prints in the file. At some point you'll get tired of doing that and you'll just start doing some more art. That's what I say. Okay, so stencils, you think about, all right, pick out stencils and see how they could be used differently. Think about using different colors. Think about masking rather than stenciling in your brain. What do I want to block out that I want to keep? What do I want to get rid of? Do partials. You don't have to do the whole thing. I just watched Robin. And she's making her own...
Robin McClendon?
Yeah.
Okay. Making
her own stencil out of some, those clear plastic things that you put stuff in.
Yeah.
Inside a folder, if you're organized. And
That's the longest description of a now my poor brain's going, of a what? Because it's a thing that it sticks into the...
that
divider?
clear stuff that you put stuff inside of it, you can see it. It's a protector.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have many of those. And
No.
they don't work worth a darn for stencils, so I don't recommend them at all, because you get your stencil in there and you can't get it out. Then you're going to have to just cut it out because it's...
Well, I'll tell you this. So I watched Chris. This was a great lead-in, and we haven't even talked, so this is pretty funny that...
We haven't talked for days.
Yeah, it's been...
I'm a little pent up. Do you see that?
So Christy Hartman, her latest video, she was cutting some of her own stencils using the Mylar or the divider things that he was trying to describe there. Is that the word? Is it dividers?
I don't know what it's called.
Or the...
But they have, the holes you put them in the notebook. Just like my paper here.
Lord, brain problems.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So she was making her stencils with that, but she did a very smart thing, which was... Now, I didn't really catch if she drew it on the sheet or had... I think she had a thing behind it that had the lines, to use those lines. Because you need something kind of dark because it's clear. Even the colorful ones.
Well, Robin was just cutting out circles.
We have those in the shop.
Yeah, I have some right up here.
We got nesty circles and the regular circles. Save yourself some time
I
and energy.
absolutely love these little boogers. You can make tornadoes.
I really didn't plan that to be like a PM Artist Studio little ad in between here, but really, seriously, if you want circles, just
We got
just
us some
buy 'em,
circles.
because man, that'll save you some time and energy.
I wouldn't ever cut these out.
No, well that
I
would
mean,
be,
I do make I
she
love
loves
to
the
make,
Frankenstencil.
but I'm not making anything like that, I'll tell you right now.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Overlapping your stencils. Looking at them and saying, okay, what's going to look good? And we did a little of that last time. And I don't know if we're going to get to that. I'm kind of not dressed for printing today. But I could get that. I could take off my Jedi coat and put my apron on and I'd be good to go. Okay. But I do want to get through this because I think this is really, really important. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, all right. Said that. Watch or rewatch and see how old videos. What do I mean by that? Well, in education, what happens is the trend or the new, catchword or whatever has a 20-year cycle. So if you want to know and get a jump on things, you just go back 20 years and you're going to say, okay, well, here's the new buzzword. This is because it's all old anyway.
I think Etsy was saying that, like 70s type prints, and that was one of the things that kind of prompted us to come up with, I know that's where Brad was like going with the pansies and the daisies, is to kind of
get the whole flower power
and
pop art.
Yeah, which I very much like anyway. But yeah, things always have a cycle.
A cycle, they do. And what I discovered was, and I can't remember their names, Mariah might be able to, but I watched this one video that this woman did like 10 years ago. And I was like, holy cow, this is some awesome stuff. And then I looked at the stuff that she's doing now and I'm going, what happened? What occurred? Well, I think she got interested in, making money and a product rather than a process. All I can say.
You can't be mad at her about that.
I can't be mad at her, but
her stuff was really great.
I can say the old stuff was a lot better than the new stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think you can necessarily say that about our videos.
Oh,
some of the early ones are rather painful.
Sharon watched one the other day, and I prefaced, I said, we were way less funny.
Yeah.
Because we were just really like, oh my God, we're like videoing this. And
yeah, I was thinking about that a lot. Now I don't even think about it anymore.
We're more us.
Okay. So I've been watching art history videos.
And hello to Marilyn and Diane. Diane, I'm happy you're here. Are you getting ready for work?
Bless her heart. Yeah. Okay. So I've been watching art history videos, and my two favorites, because they're like diametrically opposed. There's Waldemar Jankusik, and I don't really, he says his name, but he says it so fast, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
And I think
it's called the Perspectives is the name of the program. And I think I accessed it through, I don't know, it just came up on my feed.
It's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
Like they have a channel, like it's a.
They have their own channel
TV
that you can subscribe to.
They have
and then you get notifications. Yeah. Okay, well, he's very irreverent, very iconoclastic, and his perspective is kind of
he's
he's kind of crude.
And he's very documentary, very like.
Oh yeah, and he's very theatrical.
Yes.
So the opposite of that, if you want something a little more refined and a little less controversial, go to Sister Wendy and her story of painting. Sister Wendy is just wonderful. I used to show her to my high school students, and she loved her. They loved her. They really, they liked it. Number one, she gives you, she doesn't just sit there and focus on one whole era of art in ad nauseum down to the nitpicking detail. She approaches it with a wide brush and moves along.
Which is great.
And that's kind of thing you need.
She's nice to listen to.
She is. She has a lovely voice. And she's entertaining. So, those are things that generate ideas. And I think it's it's really a timely subject for me because that's basically what I'm doing here. And I'm thinking about my book, and I'm thinking about my lookbook, and I'm thinking, well, what do I want to do to make it a little bit different, to make it a little bit more relevant to where I am now, as opposed to where I was when I did the others. And I haven't really come up with anything yet, but I have some ideas. So that brings me to this part of the process. This is Mariah's favorite part.
Here, push that towards the middle.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Planning.
Oh, I do love some planning.
She does love some planning. But what I noticed about Mariah is she is getting a lot looser. She's being able to take her idea at some point in the process and change it a little bit. Alter it so that it works for the prevailing conditions, for the whatever you have available for
Time.
Time. That's
Time is a huge factor.
Yeah, that should be all capitals because it is. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So I have on my planning, trip or trap. What does that mean? That means if your planning is taking you on a trip, it's a lovely, lovely trip with lots of sightseeing and whatnot, great. But if your planning is a trap where you just go in a circle and that's all you get done is the planning, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Don't get caught in the trap of planning. Okay? How much? When doesn't it help? Well, it doesn't help if you are employing your perfectionist self at that point. It's not going to be terribly helpful. You got to get out of that and start taking a trip. Go with it, you know. Flip a coin and decide, am I going to Istanbul or am I going to, the Polynesian Islands? I don't know. Go someplace different. Generalized ideas are great for planning, I think. What, do you want to read something to me? I do. Okay.
Because this is funny. So, Diane says, P, a paint skin covered book. And then Mo says, real skin covered book, Diane. P has said she doesn't like people.
I don't have any of them.
She doesn't go in
I
there,
don't have any of them thawed out yet. They're all in the freezer.
So inappropriate.
Oh, that's not really true. I don't have any.
She doesn't. No. There's not enough room.
Yeah, there isn't enough room for a hand in there, much less a body. Okay, well, we talked about poetry.
Yeah. Brad would also like to go on a trip.
He would like to go on
a real trip.
I know he would, and he's thinking beach, and I'm thinking, yeah, the other way, mountains. Okay. When you are, and I know that there's a lot of ideas that are generated because they come up with prompts and whatnot. Well, you can make your own. You just have to kind of come up with some kind of, what do I want to say here? What's my theme? And it's just like rain. Okay, that's a theme.
Well, it's funny that you mention all that stuff because I think it's really great. Carrie Gibson, she did the dice for a year, and then she ended up turning kind of some of those prompts that she had already done into the cards, which now she does as kind of an idea type thing. And I thought that was really great because if you use something that is already yours, you obviously are comfortable within those prompts. Sometimes, yes, it's nice to have something that's going to take you out of your comfort zone, but you don't want it to take you so far that you get frustrated and
angry.
And again, in a trap versus on a trip, because you want to take that trip and not get caught up in just the prompt. And that is one of the reasons that in the Makers Creative Club, that I wanted to make things broad enough for you to decide how you want to interpret those prompts, or even the items themselves, down to the techniques or whatever. And it gives you the ability to make the choice on, okay, this is how I am going to take that information and be prompted. I think that's important.
And I think that the other thing, that the listing of the ingredients, or what do you call those things? You know, all the things that you could possibly use. If you go through that, you know, it might trigger something that, you know, if you're at a standstill in the process of your project, listen to that, PPs. You might say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I can use my stencil to get some modeling paste on here. Or, holy cow, this is crap. I'm just going to go ahead and just gel plate over the whole thing. Get rid of it, start over. But those are the things, that are the little things on there that tickle, you know, the possibilities, I think.
Yes, I agree with
Tickle the possibilities.
that.
Okay.
Like a little slap and tickle.
A little slap and a tickle. Okay. Now, the other thing that I do sometimes, and I really enjoy this. I like to do it. It's fun. And it's fun for kids to do, too. Because what they will do is they will take...
What is it that we're doing?
We're doing a mind map.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
didn't say what we were
So
doing.
you just draw... Okay, and let's just put rain out here. Or what are we doing? We're doing flowers. Blooms.
Bring on the blooms.
Blooms. Does it have 2 O's?
It does.
Oh, good. I wrote
Blooms.
portcullis the other day, and it has...
And ever since then, she's like, it has 2 L's. And I'm
It has
like, yeah,
2
I
Ls.
was aware of that. Like, why did you keep telling me?
Because I just used one. And no one said anything to me, and I felt
Oh.
a little bit miffed.
I knew she was going to use that word.
Portcullis.
2 L's.
2 L's. And that is actually the title of the stencil now.
Yes.
Okay, so when we think about blooms, what do we think? Well, you know,
You could go with a bloomin' onion from
onions. Let's just put that down.
what is
Onions.
what's the Outback? Yeah,
Yeah.
steakhouse. That's
Okay.
the bloomin' onion.
All right, let's have them give. Let's get some from our.
All right, let us know in the chat. Come on, guys. Blooms, blooms, blooms. How's your brain blooming?
Onions bloom. Okay, what we can.
You
Food.
can fry it. You can fry it, and it blooms.
Food. Okay, and then off of food, we will say fry, steam.
Petals, blooming ideas. Oh, I see. Even just the idea bloom.
Ideas. Okay.
Oh,
What do ideas look like when they bloom?
I don't know. It depends on whose brain. Buds.
Buds. Is that ideas off of
Oh.
ideas, or is that a separate? Is that a separate
I think that's a separate, because budding.
budding?
Yes. And then Gretchen says, young girl blooming into womanhood. Pregnant women blooming. So just phases of life.
Okay. Human
Human blooming.
blooming. And that could be, you know, a girl.
Fruiting. Yeah.
Look at that. I can't even write.
Prego. Just put pregos.
Prego. Girl. What else do they do when they bloom? Blossom, you know.
Brad probably knows why I'm laughing. 'Cause there's just,
What? What?
there's this, I guess it's a meme. I don't know. But it was all based on people not knowing how to spell pregnant.
P-R-E-G. I just put
Oh.
prego. Prego. Girl.
There
Human
we go.
blooming.
I'll just leave it at
I
that.
don't think that, you know, we necessarily talk about boys blooming. You know, and that could be a gender bias thing. I don't know. Yeah, budding blooms. Okay, I'm thinking about gardens. And the whole idea with gardens.
All right, Leslie says your budding needs 2 D's.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Judy Bloom. Oh, I love that.
Okay, so we can talk about books.
I love that. Or yeah. There we go. I was like Judy Dench. No, Judy Bloom.
And I don't know if she has 2 O's. But, you know. Books. Okay, what else? This.
Ooh, paint blooms. Violet, thank you.
Paint.
Garden equals dirt and bugs.
Just a sec. Okay, gardens. That would probably come off of gardens. Insects. What are you laughing
So
about?
Brad put in FYI, y'all. The video is called, yeah, and he spelled it out. So, yeah, if you really want to know, it's pretty hilarious. Also a little scary. But ultimately funny. I think, if you guys are here. I figure you're on board with us. Or you're just...
Okay, now, I think that if you don't have ideas, this is a good idea.
Oh, Susie, that's cute. Bloomers.
Bloomers. Okay, with clothing.
Pants.
Clothing. See how I because you want this one to be one where you can get others off of it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so clothing. So bloomers.
Yeah. I actually kind of I was trying to think of like different things rather than, the flowers blooming. Because obviously that was the very obvious, since we did April rain, April showers bring May flowers. It's kind of where my brain was at when I was thinking of these themes. But I also wanted to leave it broad enough that you could start interjecting some of these other ideas. And I love it when it's clever and funny. So, like, the bloomer thing would be really hilarious. So, like, if you had a whole, blooming thing and...
Absolutely.
Oh, that could just be so cute. And see, and this is where time then does not allow me... Like, I could spend weeks on just building something. But it would actually require, like, months. And maybe next year what we do is, like, a quarterly Makers Creative Collab. So you can spend more time with.
Yes, and not just rush it out.
Because, I mean...
And I think there's something to be said for, immediacy and not lingering and doing whatever.
Festering.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what mine usually is.
Yeah. Don't get trapped in that.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of, I think sometimes your first idea isn't necessarily your best idea. And you may have another idea that is so much better that evolves from what you did on the first one. Because that's kind of where I am with the thing going on downstairs. But I'm feeling a little pressured by the time constraint.
Yeah.
And that does not help creativity when you are feeling... Now, I don't know. There are some people that absolutely, that's how they exist. They really get with it when they have a deadline.
Timeline.
a time span or whatever.
I am that way with work stuff. Like, I need to know. Otherwise, I'm going to fart around.
But I think one of the most important things to do in this whole process and on your trip rather than your trap is to be able to take those interesting little detours. Oh, let me see. I haven't played with the watercolor for a while. That might work really well here. But if I've got to get this done. You're not going to be relaxed enough to have a very good time doing that anyway.
No. And I think the other thing that is important to be said about even like the creative collab is that don't ever feel like it has to be some big, mind-blowing... I mean, I've even got myself caught up in that, I have to do something better than I did last time. Because I feel like, I feel like that with you guys, that it's like, oh, well, there are expectations of what I should produce and how, like what that should be. So if I came along with just a little tag after I, brought out the crazy accordion thing, that might be a letdown of some sort. But I don't think so. Like, that's me, though. That's me putting that pressure on myself. So that's silly.
Exactly. And I think
say it out loud.
I'm happy that you said it out loud because I really honestly don't think that
Peg, thank you for stopping by.
Our people out there have that mindset about what is happening here and what we do, and that every time should be something, absolutely stellar and wonderful. I mean, I really copped out on the last one. I was just like, I just want to play. Mm-hmm. And none of my playing is working into this theme here. And, I'm not going to do it.
But then we have the queen because of that.
And we have the queen who, yes, and that's because of Anne's interpretation of
Let It Rain. Yes.
And so, this whole thing here, I think it's fun. I encourage you to do it.
Oh, Debbie Cork had two things. So she said they have a bread in UK called Bloomer. And then Orlando Bloom.
Oh, just a minute. Oh, see, this should be food here. I'm sorry. Okay, food. And then we can put onions.
Yeah. And bread.
Bread. Blooms. Okay. Yeah, it rises.
Yeah, see, exactly. So Diane said the last one, she actually kind of asked if it was enough. She got it in her own head. Yeah, that way. And exactly. Oh, I know.
Yeah. And it's really, you know, whatever you produce and you want to share with us, that's good enough. It honestly is.
Hey, Fran.
If there's some obvious effort, and I have yet to see anything that doesn't have obvious effort in it.
Oh, yeah.
All the project, even, you know, our non-YouTubers, our YouTubers. And it's the thing about it is they're different. Nobody's in a rut. They aren't just producing the same thing every time. And I love that. And there's some exploration. Mm-hmm. There's some trying some things, and maybe they didn't work out so very well, but oh my goodness,
getting through that,
there are some wonderful things that are there. I'm thinking about Anne's background.
Oh, Sharon, you need to stop that, because she says she feels that way sometimes too, or if it's too weird. Sweetie, just get weird. Like, we don't.
Oh, yeah, we want weird.
Bring on the weird.
Bring on the weird.
Stop thinking
the
that
weirder
way.
The better. You know, I'm what you call it, subscribe to this one channel, and it's called Misfits. I highly recommend you go over there. If you, it will make you, well, number one, it'll make you feel a lot more normal. I like going over there because I feel a lot more normal after I've been over there.
Sometimes you need weirder people around you, so you're like, yeah, I'm okay. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good. I'm okay. And I just, some of the stuff over there, I look at it and then I look at it again, because even if it is just, I mean, some of it is just so bizarre that you're like, okay, I hope that person's not living next door to me, because I don't know that I'd be sleeping well at night, kind of thing, you know.
Or are you missing the cat?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a valid question.
Missing your child. That kind of thing. So terrible. I do encourage, and that's the whole thing with the art history thing. You know,
ooh, algae blooms. Yeah, I had thought about the algae bloom thing.
Where would I put that?
It's like a commentary on
what would that
things,
be,
yes.
as far as a
environment?
I like it.
I mean, it's still sort of under, you know, like plants and things like that, but
I don't know how to spell algae.
Algae. Algae.
Okay, that's what I did.
Oh, and Caroline. It's Caroline. See, it was so nice that Fran had asked C.W. Brown. Caroline. Because it's I-N-E. And I should have picked up on that. You should have told me, Caroline.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, it's line. She's a 9.
Well, and in Texas, it doesn't matter if it's written Caroline or Carol. It's Carolyn.
Yeah.
Carolyn.
I think maybe that's where, yeah, we're just kind of used to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Still, you know, I apologize for that. Yeah. And says one person's weird is another person's wonderful. Yeah.
It's kind of like trash.
Yeah.
Treasure. Just, it's totally dependent.
We battle it every day here.
We do. Okay, I think that I've pretty much covered everything that I have written down here. If anybody has any thoughts, any...
And Leslie says it's tough for her to show her work, but Mo helped her. And that's the other thing, you guys inside of Makers, OMG, just the love, the arty friendships. I just...
It almost makes me cry when I think about it.
Oh, yeah. Don't you start, because I'll start. It warms our hearts so greatly. Know that.
I just got out of another group, and before I left, I said... I do not feel welcome here. Nobody has said hello. I'm not staying. I'm going to go because I can. I have another place I can go.
That's why You know, I haven't really, there are about maybe 2 other groups that we post in, or that I post in for us regularly, but our home is makers now, and I like, I love the feel of it. And when I come in and I see the posts and I see you guys interacting and talking, and I read as much of that as I possibly can. And I try to even put little hearts to let you guys know that I'm, well, you know, big brothering you or whatever, but
Actually, she is. She's very nosy.
I'm extremely nosy. Restaurant conversations.
Oh my gosh. It's terrible.
Worst.
I will be talking to her. I know she's not listening because she's listening to the people at the table next to me. And you know, they got some kind of drama going on there, and I guess it's a whole lot more interesting than what I'm saying.
Well, I'm kind of like, I can get back with this. This is happening.
She does, and it's just like, Mariah, I know you're not listening to me. We went to this antique store once. I went through the entire place. Mariah sat down at the card catalog, which was full of old postcards, and was reading what the people had written on the postcards.
Fascinating. I mean, just kind of a lot of it
I'm
was
like,
just day-to-day
just
stuff.
kill me now.
Oh, I love it. I love other people's lives and in their business. And
she's a
as long as
voyeur.
I don't,
She's a voyeur.
I don't want to necessarily get involved, but I want to hear about it, and I like listening. Now you guys know that about me.
Altering my stencil even further.
Yeah, and once she gets this thing fully altered, I will actually get it listed in the shop. Yeah, we did. Brad and I went to lunch, and there was quite the conversation going on behind us. I really wish they would have turned the music down in the place, because it's like, am I hearing this right? Oh my gosh.
Just shows you how sad our social life is we have to get our jolly ho-hos from
We're
somebody
going to
else.
go to lunch. We got to listen to some people's
Yeah,
conversations. Can we sit next to them? They look interesting. One looks kind of angry. There should be good stuff happening over there.
Yeah.
Are they about to leave?
Those people over there look really boring. Don't set us next to those people. That conversation will not be memorable in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so you know last time what this looked like was it was square on here.
See, Anne agrees. She thinks how other people live is fascinating. And we talk about that a lot around here too. Like, do other people do this? I don't know. Is this like...
Well, you know, when you're growing up, you think everybody lives their life just the same as yours. At some point, I don't know.
Oh, no. See, I am completely... No, I don't believe that at all.
No, I don't now, but I think when you are a child, at a certain point, you just think everybody
lives the way that you do. No, I was pretty aware that that was not the case. But that's who I had as a mother, so it was made apparent that things were different.
In other houses. I can remember in 3rd grade when she came home and she said, you know, and I was, you know, going to college. She said, I would just really like for you to be a normal mother and stay home and bake cookies.
Yes, I did.
I said, well, sweetheart, don't hold your breath on that. I don't think that's going to happen.
And one day you'll think otherwise. And that is true.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, because she wanted me to be a room mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
would have been horrible with that anyway.
I overcompensate with my baby now, though.
The only cookies I know how to make that are really good are rum raisin, and I don't see taking those to school to 3rd graders. I'm a bunch of tipsy.
And they might actually appreciate that. I mean, chill them out.
Well, the teachers probably would have.
Parents, not so much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do we want to do here? What do we want to do? I'm going to...
Oh, Brad's asking, whose stencil is that? That's ours. Hello. You know, remember when I used to be the stencil designer? Well, actually, P drew it out, and then I did some work on it, and she has since done some more work on it, which I'm absolutely loving this, and happy that it isn't in the shop yet, because, yeah, it kind of started, this is one version of it.
I've got to find, I don't have anything dark.
It's been in R&D for a while.
Yeah, it has. It's had many lives.
Oh, Brad likes it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that we didn't put it in, that it was still in, is because it needs to be attached.
But we wanted to still keep
I like the line there. And when Mariah said, but you could do something similar to what you did down here.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be such a big thing. If you just go ahead and you take those little places where you have the opportunity.
I did that on that other one.
Yeah, you did it on the other one.
But I just want you to, get that other one, paint it black, and we'll be on our merry way with. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's got nice movement. It's a stencil mask.
I haven't just been. The wind's blowing.
I know, and we've had our windows
pollen
open.
Is,
because it's been lovely.
Thick.
We've had wonderful temperatures.
Oh, Brad likes the long line. Well, this is the version that she has in front of us right now, the blue one. That was the version right before the blue one.
Yeah, this was right before this one. Let me turn it over.
I mean, we can.
She just extended it out. Is all that happened.
Yeah, because I hate
this just
to have it
came out here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could actually come. You could just extend this out and then extend this out here, and it'd fall off.
Zippery stencils. Lisa Mingus says. Hello, Lisa Mingus.
She says what?
Zippery.
Oh, zippery. Yeah. Kind of looks like zippers.
We can call this Zipper Railroad.
Okay, I had.
Because it does. It looks like somebody kind of has.
Okay, turn that over. Okay.
Of course, Brad likes the long line. He pushes the limits on, I will connect some things.
I need my
He likes to leave it. Zipper tracks.
I need my apron.
Oh, she's gonna do things.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much time I've got left, but I'm pretty much through.
Say what you need to say.
Yada yadaing.
The thoughts have been said.
Thoughts have been said. Oh, clunk. And I should have had my apron over here by me.
There you go. I kind of want to take my scarf off. I'm getting warm. I got to figure out some shirts for this summer. Because I was really loving on, my long shirts with the pockets.
Oh, yeah,
Very
yeah.
happy about that.
I hear you.
Now we're coming into summer. I don't like short sleeves. I've never liked short sleeves, even when I was thin. I don't like shorts.
Well, I don't like short sleeves because if I go outside, I get a sunburn, and I don't like that. So I wear long sleeve shirts year round because sunburn is not something, especially somebody that has already, eczema going on. I have to make sure. I went to the bathroom and peed the other day and peed on my strap. Don't worry, I washed it. Because I didn't have it tied up quite far enough. It's just one of those things, Okay. So what do we want to use color-wise?
Boy, a lot of sharing today.
Okay, so we look at what color we've got on here. And it's kind of pukey pinky, wannabe red.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are y'all thinking?
I don't know.
You got a
I think
minute
that
here.
they're all getting over the fact that what you just shared with us, but...
What? Oh, peeing on my apron strings? Yeah, well, happens. Not with alarming frequency or anything, I mean,
yeah,
so I just didn't have it tied up quite.
Obviously.
And I'm trying to get this baby on the table here. It will help me get my paper on the...
Well, yes, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get those corners, because that's where your problem's going to lie.
Oh, goodness. Oh, okay.
Okay, what are they thinking on paint color here?
Oh, no, we're still laughing and chuckling about you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
come on, y'all.
Susan, hashtag real life. Oh, and then Fran says, do Ripley rails, not in the pink.
Ripley rails.
So anything in pink, anything but pink. I second
Well,
that.
I agree.
Pink-free zone.
I agree with you completely there. That we need to eliminate as much of that as possible, but it should just be peeking through hither and yon because we don't want to obliterate it.
Oh, and Fran is frenetically bitten, so she doesn't like short sleeves. I'm assuming she's freckly. Isn't that frenetically?
Oh, I don't know.
think that's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Anne says that should be on a shirt. You think your day was rough? I peed on my apron strings.
Well, I do appreciate that they're long enough to,
Yeah.
go around my rather robust middle part. But yeah, I didn't have them tied up quite tight enough in a bow.
Yeah.
Like right now, see, I just whipped them behind me. I'll have to remember.
Yeah. Don't just be running off to the restroom.
Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to take advantage of the fact that I might do a flip-flop.
Oh, yes, this is a great one to do that with.
It really is. Because you have some, and I did that on this.
Yes, I love that.
And see, some of the red came off from the stencil.
Yeah, the Prussian blue rails. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I want to have a color underneath as well as a color on top. And I'm just leaning, I don't know.
Hello, Denny. Is it Denny? D-I-N-I-E? You snuck in on me. Hello.
Yes.
I think actually I saw your icon up earlier, but then, yeah.
All right, let's just go with our old tried and true Prussian blue.
Tried and true.
Open.
Ooh, why don't you do that and then like lime green? Or you need to do the lime green first. Right? No. Prussian first. Then pull it with lime green. That's my
Well,
vote.
I'm not pulling it. So I'm thinking about what you just said. Okay. Green gold.
Well, welcome.
Green gold, Mariah. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put green gold over the whole thing. Then we're going to come in with Prussian and do the wavy rails.
Gotcha.
Or zipper, whatever we want to call that.
Zipper rails.
Okay, I had a conversation with some people about when to. Okay,
Oh,
can
yeah.
you see what's happening here? When that starts happening there, you're probably about ready to start. And it just depends on whether you're a very vigorous.
What's your brayer style?
What's your brayer style? That's right. But you can pull those little hooter-doos out of there. But I'm putting that down right there. And please don't let me forget because it ends up on my gel plate.
We are slightly assured.
Pardon? What?
Oh, I love Anne. She says she's saying hello to Denny and welcome to the colorful, happy, friendly, slightly assured place. She meant absurd, but yes, I like both. Sometimes we are slightly assured.
We are, but see how it's starting to lip up there? That's when you can start pulling it.
Are you gonna pull it?
No, I've got things to do.
Okay.
But get rid of those little lumps of paint because they can be problematic. Okay, this is open, so I'm really kind of relaxed about it. I can lollygag and chit-chat with y'all, and you can tell me.
Oh, Kelly, thank you. She says it was all this reality that made her join the Arty Perks. Who knew? We all just need a little more reality.
Well,
Less,
see, I don't know what that stuff is out there. It might be under the plate. I don't know.
We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so I'm not even gonna, I'm just putting this thing right down on top of this. And I'm doing this because I'm so tired of trying to line things up and I never get it on the dead gum paper.
Dagnabbit.
See, I can't because that paper, that's my only problem with this 9 by
12.
12.
But that is 9 by 12 paper.
Well, then the plate's bigger than it
Well,
says it
okay,
is.
here, I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, it is a gel plate, so it has probably smooshed out a bit.
Well, I've just got it. Can't smoosh it out that much. I haven't had a chance. I haven't been sitting on it or anything.
Well, no, but I just figure that's the nature of it. I mean, you're rolling on it. It's gonna spread.
God knows that happens. Look at my bum.
That's life. That's a reality.
Boy.
I've been spread by reality. Hello, Marianne. Welcome.
Yes.
And or do you just go by Mary? But I'm assuming since Anne is there, you're Marianne.
Oh, and look what happened.
What is the deal like here lately?
Look what happened. Hey, and you know, I noticed that a lot of it is with this print paper.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I wonder if it's the Pacon.
But we need to pull that sweet little dark.
Hello, Kieran. And maybe she should have added a Velcro loop to hold the strings up. You could call it the P loop. That works for both things.
Okay, yeah.
P and P.
There you go. Hey, I can do. I manage most of the time.
All right.
Okay, look at that. It was also with open.
Yes, I think
That's
so.
why I got that nice second, you know, generation pull. Okay, we've got to wait a bit for that little thing to dry there. So what we're going to do while we're waiting is we're going to talk about this print right here. Isn't this lovely?
Oh, and here, I missed this earlier, but, so Leanne, she got a new Jelly brand brayer and used it the first time today. So much better than her Recollection brand. It stays put. Yeah, I think the Recollection, isn't that one of the Tim Holtz ones that like pop, like it pops open easily for cleaning, but it also creates some issues, especially if you're kind of a heavier brayer.
And I'm a heavy brayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's happy with that. That's good to know. Thank you for sharing that, Leanne.
Yeah. Okay, now here's what I want to happen here, because I'm kind of composing as I'm going along here. Actually, I just make this crap up as I go along. I love this part. I don't love this, but well, there's not really anything happening over here. It's just kind of, you know, some boring little white spots, you know, whatever. And see where this curves in here? I'm going to save that. Okay?
Save it.
That's my thought.
Oh yes, Recollections is Michael's brand.
Ah.
Which they probably are.
But you know, I know that this isn't fancy or anything, and it does, see, it's getting a...
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it had the
See that?
round roller, so it flipped up. Mm-hmm.
Just pick that off of there. I've got another. I will probably pull this.
Oh, Brad's on board with what you're doing here.
Oh.
He all caps it.
All right, so now we need to talk about what color we're going to use.
Prussian.
No, I want to go with my purple.
Oh, yes, I like that too.
And I don't know if I need that really dark. You know, I've got some choices here. This stuff's kind of purple, kind of browny purple. Then I've got this, and this definitely has some...
Oh, good find, Susan.
What?
She got a Zutter on eBay for $13.99 plus shipping.
Holy moly!
Nice.
Okay, I've got this one. Digging around in the... Oh, and we've got this one. I'm not lacking for
Tam, welcome.
purples here.
So glad you're here.
Oh, and here's... See, we have red violet. We have blue violet. We have... I'm not really sure what that is because obviously I've changed it.
Well, yeah, and it's definitely got a little mix stuff.
Yeah, I don't look at that number anymore because it's probably not true. It's really pretty, but I don't think that's what I want. I think I want more of this brownie.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, what I think I'm going to do is mix this because I don't want to go with completely opaque because it's going to take away everything here, and I don't want that.
No, don't do that. Decisions.
Okay, got to throw that one out. Got to throw that one out. Oh.
What was that? Oh, wait.
It
That was like a ventriloquist move because it hit the thing underneath the desk, but it shot off of the sound, but it hit like from, so it sounded like it fell down back over there.
Okay, well, it's my paint boogers that bit the dirt there. Okay, I'll put those over there. All right, so what we're leaning towards here, I think this...
And if you hear the children screaming outside, they're happy. They're not sad.
It's kind of like cats. You don't know if they're having fun.
Oh, goodness.
Okie dokie. Now, what I'm looking for on here is I'm looking for a little bit of...
We do love some digital art, too. I haven't been able to... I would love to turn some of the prints and things into more digital stuff, but it's just time.
And I don't know how to do that, and I don't really want to know.
Oh, no, she's terrible. She wants to stand down there and, point at the screen with her stick. Usually what happens is I'm like, you need to go away. I'm going to do some things, and then you get final say, but no stick.
I don't know know what that was all about. Okay, so we're going to mix two colors here. This is very transparent. Very, very transparent. And we're going to mix it with a little bit of this brown, which I don't know if this is transparent. Yeah, it pretty much is. But I'm still hoping that there's going to be enough there that, it's not going to... I'm going to show you how to do this. And somebody the other day says, I want to be able to... You make it look so easy doing the stencils. That's only because I have about, 900 to 1,000 over here that are total crap. Yeah.
I'm loving this purple mix. I'm very into this. I'm checking it out, and I'm like, all right, I think this might be some good stuff. I hope that there's enough pigment in there because it's looking a little light, but I like where you're going with it. Now are you gonna flip like?
Oh dear Lord!
What? No, just flip like that, and then you should be fine. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, top to bottom. Thank you.
Just be careful. Yeah, don't flip the way you normally kind of do, because you're not gonna be happy with.
Okay, well, and the
it's still
other
gonna
thing,
be questionable.
the other thing here, we're going to do the, Fran, where are you, Fran? Should be saying. Tissue, because we just want the pattern here. And I'm like Mariah. I'm hoping there's enough color there that it's not so light and fluffy that it's going to come through. And I think it's going to, because just judging by that.
Oh, I know, Liz. It's a struggle to get, turn the prints into digital. That's been one of the reasons that we don't, but there are some that I think are worthy of the time to work it out. There you go. That was good. You kind of went the long route, but that's okay. It's a journey.
That's right. It's a trip.
Right.
Now, the other thing I love about this stencil... Oh, look at this. We've already got something started on the other side.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, and it's texturally interesting. I mean, it has actual texture. It doesn't just look like texture.
That's why I said I was a little worried that there wasn't enough pigment there to really...
But I would rather that happen than it obliterating everything.
Agreed.
I can still come back in and do it again, and I'm picking up... There must have been some yellow crap on my plate here.
Boy, you are a little You're kind of cussy pants today a little bit.
There's a lot of yellow effluvia on my plate. How's that?
Fantastic.
Okay, we have to let that rest a while. And I really didn't want that yellow on there, but I don't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diane is going to... No, we don't have any of the golden interference, do we?
No, we have metallics.
But we don't have any of the color shifty interference ones.
No, we don't. Because we're just really happy with the cheap stuff.
Yeah. We got to get through the cheap stuff.
And I may have to go to that because the cheap stuff...
Doesn't.
You got to buy the entire set. And who wants, some of these are... I love them, and others I don't love so much. So I've got all of these ones that are almost a full bottle, but then I'm like... where's my favorite here?
Now, the thing about the golden interference...
This one's almost empty.
See, I don't think there's anything that's like that, though, that golden has.
This one's getting there.
But But my thought is an experiment that we could kind of try at some point in time in the future is like mixing those interference, like the golden ones, because they're similar to the ones that have either just they're like the pearlescent ones that shift to the blue, the gold, the this or that.
Right.
But mixing those then in with regular paints, because they actually talk about that on their website. So if that's the kind of stuff that you're doing, I want to know for sure. That would be great. Save us some time and energy.
Oops, my stencil's grabbing my arm.
But yeah, it's not the same as the color shift. These are the interference, which we have like the U.S. Art Supply ones, which are the interference.
Yeah.
But again, you have to buy the whole big old set. They don't sell these. I think they might sell a couple of these in maybe separate tubes, but
Love Prussian blue.
well, and then even what Sharon, the stuff that, what was it, the chameleons? Tell us again, Texture Junkie Sharon, about the, and it was the video, she did a video for makers. It wasn't a YouTube thing. Oh, and thumbsy upsies and loves and kisses. Thanks, Judy. Yes. But this would be a good time, too. If those of you who've kind of popped in and are new to the channel, we would love for you to subscribe.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, or, yeah. Tissue? Oh, that's a different thing. There we go.
Remember we talked about it. Because I'm going to...
They have gone up in price. I think all of them have. We said that the other day, didn't we? About the
yes.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that these were about $16, but now they're about $19. So it is the times we live in right now. Hopefully things will go back down, but usually that isn't the case.
Coffee.
I feel like we have the same conversation.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, deja vu.
Different day.
Bye,
Same
Debbie.
conversation.
Thank you for hanging out.
She got to go to work?
I don't know. She might just be going to bed. It's kind of late, you know.
Okay. Now, I really want to push this. Push it because it's squishing underneath. And it's creating that little...
pucker. I call it the pucker. I don't know if that's, you know.
That.
That's what she calls it. Which is really hard when you're...
Silly. Izzy. S.O.B.
Yes, you can say that here.
Silly old bag.
Hi, Lizzie. We're glad you're here. Ooh. Oh, were you thinking of a... Yes.
I'm trying to get this stencil off of here without losing my place.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
This was a Fran method of registering. Hold it down with your hand. Hold on to it. Don't let go.
Hold on.
Hold on. Don't let go. See if it's coming off of here, if we're going to have to ripen. Well, we could probably ripen, but I don't know. We're going to have a really nice...
Oh, yes. Hello, Arnetta. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, we definitely got some good old green.
Yeah, you went green.
Went green. I love it. I love it.
She'll bring that back here in a second.
I will bring that back in just a second, but I want to go, because this is open, so I can get a print here. Pretty sure. This is one of the reasons that I love open.
I think this is a hold my Baron. You know, kind of like the hold my beer. I'm going to register this. That's also another
I think
t-shirt.
I'm going to have a beer later today. I haven't had any alcohol for so long.
We should just sit outside. Our patio's starting to look nice again and not like some scary place where we just store things. We found a snake skin today, which is fun.
And I held it up and
it's almost as tall as Pig.
Yeah.
So, It's fine. It helps critters, you know, it controls the population.
Yeah.
I want them to just live under the deck. I don't need to have any interaction.
Okay, well, we still have a little bit of mucky muck here. It's not a whole lot, and, you know, it's certainly...
Well, bring those prints back. That's less interesting. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Bring the prints back.
Bring the prints back.
Rid of that big old jelly plate.
Oh, no, not a rattlesnake. Just like, I think they're just like...
It's the black, what is it called?
They're just garden snakes.
Yeah, they're rat snakes.
Yeah. They're pretty nice.
Snub-nosed rat snake.
Yeah. They eat the rats and the mice. And we have a deck which also mice and whatnot seem to really
like it underneath.
We've created a home.
Yes, and they're happy. Hey, Mariah, look, this is almost the right color.
Yeah, water or rat snake. Ooh, very nice. The Ripley Rail zipper. Or maybe I just say zipper rails because we don't have a stencil that starts with the letter Z.
Now, this I can print on right away. This over here, can you see that? It's not, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But because this was a new piece of paper and it absorbed, then we can play with this. What is so cool about this stencil, well, others too, but especially this one, and the problem with this one right now is look at this. Yeah, we got a little bit of wet stuff going. That can be to your advantage, though. If I put this down, it may actually pull some of it off
Okay.
onto the thing. Okay, what color do we want to use here?
Um,
I don't want to use lime green because it turns, the lime.
Yeah, it gets froggy.
Turns the blue green, and yeah, I don't want to do that. I want something else here that's really kind of vibrant and cool, and, you know, that purple's too.
I don't know. You could keep it kind of more monochromatic, or you could go orange.
I could go orange, and my orange is somewhat, and if I get some of that mucky stuff coming off of that, which that might, and remember this isn't bright orange, this is kind of dirty.
Oh, well, welcome, Debbie, and thank you. I hope you have, liked, subscribed, and done all that business. And if anybody else is new and coming in, please do the same.
And don't forget, if you want to be involved in our community, our very active community, it's over on Makers.
Yes.
And I have some people that I recognize. Oh my, look at this.
Your
This
sleeve's
is
making
wonderful.
me nervous.
Is it? Did it get in there?
Well, you're almost
Right
there.
on the edge.
That's a nice shirt. Like you could go out and you could go to a wedding in that shirt.
It's linen.
I know. It's fancy. And then Maxine, she has a question. Pete does not clean her stencils. Now, here's what you can do. If you want, you might even can get a skin off of them. It has happened once before. We didn't record it or take pictures of it. I wish we had.
But I have evidence.
She does have evidence of it. We did show that not too long ago. But you can soak them in Murphy's oil. But the thing is like, they're pretty okay, especially our UFO ones.
And
Hold up
especially
really
these
nice.
that have really wide. Now, the one that I had to clean was the mandala with the little bitty dots in it.
Anything that has really intricate, small areas, you'll probably want to clean more often just to keep the integrity of the design.
Yeah.
But
You
you don't
lose
have
the
to.
little bits.
Yeah.
But I've only had to do that on a couple.
Yeah.
And the other thing is if you're putting
Bye, Kelly. And
modeling paste.
Kelly did a video on cleaning her stencil. I didn't see the whole thing yet, but she's got some ideas on how to get her done. If you want to do that sort of thing. But yes, and there's the link to Makers. Thank you, Mo. Very much appreciate that.
Okay, this has still got a lot on it. Oh, look what. Okay, this is so wonderful. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful.
This is. You guys are witnessing wonderful.
You're witnessing wonderful. Now, I am going to have it going the same way, but I'm not worried about registering it per se, because even if it's just off a little bit, it's going to be wonderful.
You see that kind of. I just love that. I'm so happy with the acrylic plates because It's good video.
It's good video, y'all.
It's good video, y'all.
Oh, well, that kind of mucked out a little bit. I'm not really happy with that.
Well, see, you were getting
Too
sassy.
Yeah, I should have just pulled that as a separate print, because that would have been lovely.
I kind of like it. Has that what is the print stuff? And we did the Polynesian. What am I trying to think of?
I don't know.
Oh, my brain.
What are you thinking about the actual?
Oh, the types of it's really like fabric, but it's patterns and
Wood blocks?
not brick. Something like that though. Dear Lord, my brain. I'm gonna have some tea.
Okay, I don't know what she's talking about.
Doesn't.
I'm not on her
Anybody else?
wavelength.
It's Polynesian. Dave Cook, who traveled around and then he did a whole book, and then I made the little recreation of the book for the Polynesian thing, and oh my God, I'm gonna find it because.
Well, I don't know what she's talking about unless she's talking about like the bark paintings.
Yes.
No.
Maybe
Whoa.
brick,
Bark paintings.
Bric-a-brac.
Brick-a-brac. That's the kind of stuff the bric-a-brac is what you put on your etagere.
What is that?
It's like a glass bookcase.
This little thing. Look. Hopefully it'll come out. It's been a while. Mod Podge was involved.
It was it's married up with its insides.
Yes. This poor little book. I need to do a redo of this thing.
Well, yeah.
I had a lot of ideas that
Especially if you
probably
can't get it out.
Yes. Look, and I even. Well, see, this goes to show you that some Mod Podge hurried work.
Yes, and
Yeah.
not taking time to
Let things just be.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a catalog, different specimens of cloth, a particular account, and then so I printed it out, but then I even drew some of my own, and here, I'll hand this over to P here, now that I got things pretty well separated.
I'm hoping I can get some of that's going to stick down there on the...
I added to the distressing. Come back with sprays and make it look more purposeful.
Oh, yeah, here, you just tore that baby right out of there, didn't you?
I did. I wasn't going to deal with that.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Oh. Yeah. No kidding. I'm talking to my designer back over here. Oh, this is just cute as it can be, Mariah. I don't know why I didn't ever see that. Yeah, we've got
you did.
some
But that was a long time
suggestions
ago.
on what to do here. Well, nothing happened much there. Oh, it did a little bit. See? Look.
Oh. Kind of an interesting grayish.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was yammering on about my business. Okay. Leah. Hello, Leah. Oh,
Now,
hey, Kristen.
I don't
Kristen
know if
popping
I
in.
want, and I've got to make sure since this is its maiden voyage. Yeah, this is the side that goes down. Do I want to put something down there?
Oh, Leah in Houston. Okay, I have a quick question on your shirts. Oh, no, the shirts are done, the larger shirts, like the adult size ones, are done on the 9x12. The little shirts, you use the 8x10. I
Yes.
say we, because
It was
at least a 2-person process.
and it's
sometimes
actually
3.
better if there's 3, especially
Yes.
if you're doing multiple shirts.
Because you can quickly, move the plate around and all that business. But yes. All right.
We're going to take advantage of this mucky muck here. We're going to use this grass. And I don't know. I'm just not feeling that. I've got some time out here because I can.
Oh, what's this? So, okay, hubby went to Home Depot. I came along after he bought whatever he was looking for. I asked if they had any plexiglass. Sure, he said, over this way. Oh, I spied the cheaper ones. He says, like this for your gel plate. You want the Lexan, honey. It's the best. Oh, Look at that. That's a good little husbandy thing. Love that.
Actually, I rescued this one outside. I think it was the side of the bird feeder that no longer works because the other side is missing.
That's what it is.
Because I found it outside when I was
cleaning up.
hosing off the deck.
It is covered in pollen. Surprised we're not all sneezy and crazy today.
All right, let's see what happens.
It looks so much larger. I don't know. Could that would be kind of crazy handling a, what did you say, a 16 by? Well, she didn't have the space for that. Let's be real. I mean, we're barely getting that 9 by 12 on the.
Okay, well you can see it a little bit. I'm liking it, but what I'm going to do there really quick is I'm going to take another print.
Deb, tell them that we're all very impressed by that.
Pardon?
Deb says, I know, right? Such a keeper. Hey, ready?
I am really pushing
Time.
big time.
Just getting her shoulder into it.
I'll tell you what, I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get out of bed today because I put my shoulder into planting yesterday.
Yes, well, I told her to make sure she took her crazy.
Okay, now we're going to try to do a flip-flop.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know about this. I think you're gonna have a lot of the same and not a lot of difference there. But I could be wrong. Yeah. I was right. I don't know. Why did you put it?
I don't know. Sometimes I just have. I got some really great stuff on the back of this thing over here.
Because your stencil didn't pull up.
I didn't have enough stuff there to make a nice contrast.
Yeah, that's
But hey, you know what? I pulled that baby's almost dry.
Did you see that, guys? That's what not to do.
Yeah, but look at the beautiful stuff that was on the back. I should have left that white because then I could have come back in. But since I didn't do that.
True that.
We'll just go ahead and put this side down and maybe we'll get some interesting stuff here.
And that was open. Golden open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was golden open. Now I'm going to use some of my mix. This is 0220.
Did you notice the sun came out? It's like it's been cloudy and like threatening to rain like all morning, all day.
It's really lovely. The humidity is, you know, for my skin.
Bye, Lisa.
Lisa's leaving us at this. Lisa,
Series Hecka, Lisa.
Oh, bye, Lisa.
Hey, I'm sending your stuff out maybe tomorrow. Sorry. Oh my goodness, Debbie has a gel plate and she's never used it. Well, girl, get on it.
You're in the right.
Be careful. Just make sure you have some time set. Plenty of paper on hand.
You're in the right place. All right, now we're going to do this properly.
Okay. Show people that you know what you're doing. I was a little worried.
I've got my rolling up paper here.
Okay. I don't think you have to line it up with anything necessarily.
Oh, I do too.
Okay. Oh, she's just ramming things.
Stuff's in the way.
She's running out of space, I'm telling you.
Now, what is that? I need to go right where...
towards me. Okay. This is a comedy of errors at this point.
Well, I haven't put the paper in my mouth yet.
Oh, goodness.
No, it's coming.
Just have a tussle with the creature paper.
Tussling. But look at that grass. Oh my God,
it's very grassy.
Fabulous. Here, let's put that down and we'll kill two birds with one stone.
There you go.
Hopefully.
Oh, see, this should make you feel like, you know, don't feel
retarded.
Intimidated at all. No, because she says I'm a bit intimidated. Yeah, you should go real good right now because, like, you know, we're we're setting the bar, like, it's all good. Oh, goodness. Oh, yes, have you put that in your shop, Lisa? I know you wanted to get out of here. Do you have things?
She got things to do.
She might.
She's
making more papers. And you know, Lisa's the one with the wax dyed papers, y'all. So she has some more. She needs to post the picture and make hers. That is if you want to make more. I don't know.
Hey, come on now. Give me some love.
That's some good stuff there, P. I love it. It's very
But
grassy.
I'm not finished with it yet.
No, that's...
I'm going to put down...
I think you need a Ripley Railroad over the top.
No, I need to red it out a little bit. You know, muck it out.
You know what you could do? Why don't you use the nested circles in like a pinky, orangey, reddy... You said you wanted to red it out. So, or even your transparent iron oxide.
Yeah.
You could make some like rusty clouds go across there with the nesty circles. Come on now.
These things right here?
Yeah.
They were marrying up with my flower there.
It's either that or they're like tumbleweeds rolling through.
I love this idea. I think
Okay.
that this is a great idea. And what's nice about these little boogers, if you want to use the little ones, put them underneath the big ones. The big ones will keep them in place. The little ones on their own have a tendency to flip up and stick to the others. Now, we do want to do these rather random. We don't want these to look predictable or anything.
Okay, well, wait. Hold on here.
What?
I think you need to get paint down first. You need to do some...
You don't want green?
I
I want some of my green to show.
Well, no. What I'm thinking is you need to tissue paper it and then get just the rusty, ready tumbleweed clouds onto that print. So you keep all your green, or do you want to obliterate more of your green? You want the tumbleweeds to be green, the rest of it all to be rusty.
I want these to be Van Gogh-y green.
Fantastic. Carry on.
And you were worrying me there for a minute that you weren't seeing my vision.
I just had a different one, but we're back on track. We're heading down the same path.
Oh, good.
We're on the same trip.
Because, see, this is going to yellow up the grass a bit. Even more so than it is right now.
Look at those.
And just don't be afraid to get a little extra of this, because we're going to have to move along quickly here.
No, we're not doing pink, Fran. I just said that. It was just
a random thought that she nixed it in the bud as soon as it was out of her mouth.
I know that I have both, Mo and Fran here.
Going, do not do that.
If you want to see pink, you got to come to Sunday.
And if you're pulling these up, try to get as many as you can so that you don't have little fingery marks.
Yeah. And then if you want more detail off of them, you probably want to do more of the technique I was talking about. But that's not what she's trying to do this here moment. If you're wondering.
If you're wondering.
Yes, visions were synced. That's right, Deb. It's kind of like when you're doing the Dropbox. We had to pause it for a second and then unpause it. So that way we were synced back up. Brad knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to get you guys some pink voodoo dolls. I'm going to make them look like something that's pink. And how P refers to it most of the time.
What is that? Oh.
Pink.
Pink.
We're talking about pink.
Pepto.
And well, that's the other one. But most of Fran and I stab our voodoo dolls when pink is mentioned. Hashtag just saying.
Oh.
And then I want a doll that says Team Pink with sparkly unicorns and all of that. Oh, Devin's also on team. Nope, not pink.
Okay, no, yeah, we need to have a pink team and a non-pink team.
Oh, well, and Izzy said that we need plushies, so that might be the plushies, pink voodoo plushies you can stab.
All right, now I'm putting this aside because isn't this going to be wonderful? This is going to be very Van Gogh-y.
Okay, can we see some of those other prints, too? I feel like we forgot to bring them back. And
we're bringing this one back because I want everybody to appreciate how absolutely freaking stunning this is.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. The grass is on fire and the sky is like it gets in Houston right before a hailstorm.
Yeah. She knows that. She likes to talk about that story.
I think this is absolutely wonderful.
Yes, there's the pink.
I'm just going to look at it a while.
Okay. We can have some thoughts. Feels a little murdery up there in the sky, too. But that's fine.
Well, it's not red.
No, it just has that, blood spatter kind of... It's dried up.
Oh, I don't feel that. I feel like it has lots of movement. Movement.
Oh, no, we're not in the Houston area. We're Dallas area. But I think Leah was... She said she was hello from Houston. Debbie and Leah.
Debbie and Leah. I know. You guys get green skies down there. We were down there once on spring break, and it was...
Well, you get them out in West Texas in the Panhandle, but
yes, you do.
Poop.
And when it looks like this, you better be going to your cellar.
Cellar, Go to the basement.
Okay, well, I think this is absolutely wonderful. This
sufficiently oogled it.
This is the best one. This is the best one today. This one over here still needs work, but it has some faint.
Oh, Denny's in the piney woods of East Texas. Man, we've got quite the Texas crowd today. I love it.
Yeah, and I know people over there.
We don't have a cellar or basement either.
Milam, Texas. Okay, we decided that this needed more.
It does.
But we were being conservative because we did not want to obliterate what beautiful things were already there.
We have 15 minutes. I think you should do the dark purple on that like you were sort of thinking in the beginning.
Well, I've got rescue on my stencil. Maybe a little hairy. It's been on the floor.
Oh, goodness. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, we're concerned about the dog hair and the cat hair.
There's that. We still need to vacuum.
I haven't gone through them all yet, Mariah.
Okay.
Now, see, this still needs some work, too. I don't know.
Oh, that would be awesome, Leanne. She's trying to convince her husband to move to North Texas.
But this was not going to work with my book idea.
I mean, I like the block out of that, but yeah, you would lose too much, I think, of a...
Well, I just don't know yet. And if you don't know, don't do anything to it. Kind of have a no before you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have some more lovely tissue paper.
I'll be sending
We
that
have
out,
old
y'all.
green here.
Place an order. That one might end up in your order.
Yeah.
I've been just putting that tissue paper in there. I hope that you guys don't mind. Please feel free in any of your orders. These are not to be held and loved and anything like that. Put them on your gel plate. Cover them up. Do some things with them.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the tissue paper's for.
Too. What happened? Why is
The weirdness reigns.
That one doesn't even have anything on it.
Actually, Mo, this should be the weirdness blooms. That's what, we reigned I guess we still are in April, but the weirdness will bloom.
Planted the seeds last time, now we're gathering the flowers as she may.
There you go.
There's a poem about that. Well, alright, obviously this needs work, but look at what a wonderful...
Hey, those could be little companion pieces. You got some...
They could be companion pieces, and we need to be thinking about doing the back sides of these things.
Yeah.
I really, I know that this is kind of... But I
want a Texture Tuesday. What do you guys think about that? Texture Tuesday?
Texture Tuesday?
Well, because you need a little poking and prodding on this book business, and we need to move along to some texturing.
I'm still processing, Mariah. Back me up on that, y'all. She's pushing.
I
She's
am a little
pushing.
bit.
She's getting pushy.
It's just, I'm making stern suggestions.
I saw that look in your eye. Did y'all see it?
Plus, I like the idea of Texture Tuesday.
Well, now I need to get my little whirlwinds.
See, Marilyn says that sounds good, Em. Darcy says Texture Tuesday. See, my people are with me.
You know, my only thing about this texture business, and the reason when I do it, I do a whole bunch of it. Because I don't like to wash my stencil till I'm till it's completely clogged up, and then I go in there and I wash it.
Well, we'll get it. Well, maybe should we? Because we have Sunday, so we just need to get some of them prepped up. So we'll be back on bookmaking business. Man, why are we so walla today?
I don't know. Is this a trick question?
Oh,
Is this rhetoric?
just like, whew.
Okay.
I love that. Can you make that happen? Just glue it down. Wait,
No
don't,
kidding.
because I want a picture of it first. Because I am not doing that by hand.
Hey, I spent a good
Yeah.
hour and a half doing this because what I have to do. Okay, so when I have this thing on my thing here, when I'm cut.
Here, hold on a second. I got a good one for you here. So, Diane, she says, it reminded me of when I asked my pouty Miss 5, what's wrong? She holds her hand up and says, I'm dealing with my feelings, Grandma. Yeah, we have one of those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling a little fussy today. I'm just...
Yeah, this is
I'm pulling
like
it together, Mom.
30 minutes before, 15 minutes before bedtime.
Yeah.
I had a very fussy day.
I'm pulling it together. Thank God.
Okay, so here, can you see where this hits on my finger there? After I've cut for, this, it hurts. And it makes a little indentation into my finger. Mm-hmm. And I don't like it, and so I have to put these little, and then they make my fingers sweaty.
Nobody likes sweaty fingers.
Nobody likes sweaty fingers.
Hey, Linda. She's glad you came in on that.
Yeah, sweaty fingers. Okay, all right. So how do we make this happen? Okay. I am going to do what I originally thought. I'm going to pull up everything except for the lines. Okay? I'm going to tissue it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Love this idea.
Yes.
Now, next thing is, yeah.
Oh, and that's my one. I'm going to use this up. Oh, God, it's got something on it, too. What the?
Well, it's a good thing we don't stream on Wednesday.
Stream? What?
It says this sounds like another topic for Whiny Wednesday. Sweaty fingers. Fran, you guys up for Whiny Wednesdays? They.
Okay, this
Fran
is.
and Violet do.
I don't know.
Wednesdays.
This has got something on it,
Thanks, Caroline.
but I don't think it's going to be, a deal breaker. In fact, I think it's the same stuff that we were using here before.
All right, Kelly, and remember, email me or find me on Facebook or whatever, because I need your address.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a great evening as well.
Check back with us. We'll show this on Sunday.
Yeah.
What?
Let's not do hashtag fussy cutting Friday. Someone was calling it cussy cutting. Or what do you call it? Fuddy.
Fuddy.
She fuddies through it.
Fuddy cut. And I don't like it. Makes me angry.
Yes, Laughing Wednesday.
Okay, I'm not going to worry about being so precise because I'm going to take it all off anyway. With the tissue paper. So we just have lines left, right? Everybody with me on this?
Yep.
Everybody's with me.
Looks like an owl's peeking. It does look like an owl is peeking out of there. It's kind of...
Is that where it's supposed to be?
Oh, thank you, Leslie. Aw, you guys.
Okay, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. I think
Hooking
it
us
is.
up with some super chat. Thank you so much.
What is it?
I need a whiny day every day. What? She's gonna flip. She needs to flip it like that. Or do her weird roundabout detour that she did a moment ago. Hopefully she'll remember that.
Yeah, well, just keep me on track, okay?
Okay. Brad came up and was like, does she know? Like,
No, I don't, and it's good that you check.
okay.
Because God knows we've...
And Debbie loves some fussy cutting. Hey, at one point we were talking about, and I told Pete, she does not like cutting out all the stuff to do collage, but she will do some, like, magazine collaging.
Yeah, I do.
So I was thinking at some point we do kind of a challenge where you guys send in things and we will collage them. And the weirder the better. But not terribly inappropriate, because I know y'all. You're our people. But, you know.
Yeah, no penises or anything like that, okay?
Oh.
I'm just trying to get everything up that I possibly can here.
Aw, there you go, Anne. She's during her prolonged illness, she got tired of telling her husband every evening how miserable she was. So finally she said, I'll whine for 10 minutes and no more. It became a thing. There you go, like, just need a little 10-minute whine session. Get over it, and then...
Oh, I'm not lighting that up there.
Mm-mm. Hey, I think you're doing good work there, though.
I'm going to have to pull it with another.
Oh, I know. Sharon, I know. But I do think that would be kind of fun.
Do y'all see what I'm doing? I'm trying to pick up some of
I was
this
wondering what that was, Lisa.
dark.
Okay, good job, P.
It's dry. I can't.
Oh.
I'm going to have to pull it with.
Okay, here's a thought. I know that you don't love the shiny all the time, but if you put some dragonfly, you know, just the more clear one, like, you know, this bad boy right here.
Oh, I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea,
I
but
think
I don't
it might
want
be very
green.
interesting.
I want the kind of
shifty
bluey pink.
Oh, here, or there's this one.
Oh, that's not it.
Is that the one?
And this one has kind of a green to it. No, I'm leaning towards the blue.
Okay.
And I thought I did have one that had more pink. Yeah, here it is. This is it. See, it's got kind of a purpley cast to it.
See, I haven't
you
been
see
keeping
it?
up with paint, so they're all over the place.
Okay.
I used to keep all of the sprays in order when I had more cart space. I get Frankenfingers when I fussy cut. That's what Lisa says.
It hurt. It makes my fingers
Yeah.
actually hurt. Just want to make sure it's going to have some kind of swishy lines there, but that's okay. We don't care about that.
I think they're less smushy than you think.
Now that's some stuff.
That's some
ladies and gentlemen.
A hush falls over the crowd as Queen Bee applies the final coat.
Okay, that's going to ripen.
Yeah. Okay, Debbie says, do you actually roll back and forth or roll and pick up before rolling again? think it depends.
You know, it just depends. And see, I left my brayer down over there. When you use that one, the paint that I just used, you need to make sure that you get that off. And I need to get a...
Because all that metallic stuff is
See
especially...
what? See this? Can you see my brayer off here?
How sparkly. Here.
But the thing is it does weird things to your brayer.
Leaving marks and it's just
Kind of that swishy stuff that we're always talking about. You will have that on your brayer.
It's almost like pitting, like when metal has been pitted, right?
Well, either that or you know, it provides a texture. I guess if you wanted that to happen, it'd be one thing.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, isn't this pretty? This is going to be a lovely layer to pull.
Oh, and it's ready to...
That's the other thing. When you get a fabulous color like this on here, and right now I wouldn't pull it because it's too wet. But I'm putting this up. And I want to show you did I already talk about this one?
You've been talking about that one for weeks, I feel like, but this
is
the one that has just the weird coating.
And what it is it's that darn metallic paint. Don't make that your first roll around.
Yeah. Use something like
And I need to take this in and just
soak it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here, this one's now it's
Wendy?
still stained, but I'm gonna put this out here so I don't use this one.
Oh,
because I do want to pull this.
We're at time.
Okay. Good timing.
So yeah, we're gonna leave that. How do you pull the skin off of your brayer? Well, we did that on the live stream. I can't remember exactly which one, but there is a post in Makers, and I do believe that Estella found it and linked it.
Yeah, and I will just give you a real quick, because I don't know that I made a big point out of it. But you know that you saw what I pulled off today, those little chunks that were...
At the very beginning of the stream.
And what it does is it starts sticking here, and it's going to block your brayer from going. And this one right here in the middle, that'll get filled up too. See, it's already started. But when you know it's time that you have a good size skin on here is when you get that little lip. See that little lip there? And I'm not going to pull it because it's too wet.
Hold it over in the white area of your, screen.
Well, here, let me just get rid of this.
That would be most...
Since it's exactly the same color as the...
Now, should we hold that till Sunday or... No, because we may need the plate. I'll do a short of pulling that one.
Yeah, well,
it's not great for the...
It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just like all the others.
I think it's still pretty cool.
Well, it is
and they
pretty cool.
Don't you guys like... I like to see the little pull, reveal. Anyway.
Yeah.
So now, carry on about the lippy hanging over business.
Well, that's what you want to see. That's when you know you've got a thick enough skin. Because what y'all are trying to do is you're trying to pull them too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have enough... What do I want to say? Width of your paint there, then it's gonna be like trying to pull that one that I had down here.
You just get little pieces and...
Yeah, and you want it to come off. Okay, so here's the way I do it. I go all the way around here and pull it out.
Stretch it out.
Stretch it out. I go to the other side. I do exactly the same thing. Then I will take and I will tear it ever so slightly because you're not going to get this off in a circle. I mean, come on now, think about it. How you going to do that?
And don't start getting after it with like an X-Acto knife.
Or scissors. You'll mess up your brayer.
Yeah.
And what I will do is I will tear it. Then I will go ahead and come around and get all of this turned back. I will come to the other side, exactly opposite, and I will make a little tear and turn this all back. Then I will slowly go along here. I will move back and forth so that it isn't, it just goes across.
There you go.
And then once you have a complete, you've got a tear all the way across here, then you can very carefully just roll it and tear it and pull it.
Yeah.
And roll it and pull it. And
and make sure that you've had your arthritis medicine that day, and
yeah,
all
it
that.
Really, You will notice when I
It's
start
hard on the thumb.
wearing my copper ring on my thumb there, it's because I've been doing brayers. Try not to do 2 in a row. I try to do them just 1 at a time. Because they are kind of hard on the thumbs.
Oh, they make those scissors for removing bandages that have like a little tongue on the one side. Yeah, I could, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't, yeah.
Yes, the hashtag how to skin your brayer. Yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, there he is, Stella. She found the I think it was a Thursday Thoughts. It's always Thursdays when we're talking about skin and brayers and skins and boogers and all that business. There you go. All right, guys. Well, this was a very fun Thursday Thoughts, and I had a good time and got some things out. You learned some more things about us, as we do each week.
Fascinating
Yeah,
things.
she puts the lotion on the skin. She's going to put the Murphy's oil on the other one.
Yeah, it needs to soak.
Yes.
And I don't like the smell of that stuff. Reminds me of camp meetings when I was a child and they made you go to church.
That's for
We'll always
next Thursday.
You'd always put citronella on you so the mosquitoes didn't eat your ankles up
So it
because
has
it was in a tent.
Yeah.
And they'd put straw.
I don't know. I didn't get to go to camp. We'll talk about that. Okay, guys. So that's for next Thursday. You know, did you go to camp? Did you want to go to camp, or were you made to go to camp?
No, they're not. This was the camp meeting, a revival, where it was church, and they would bring the big tent, and a whole bunch of people would come.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that.
Well, I don't even know that they do that anymore.
I'm sure there are parts.
It's kind of like circuses. I don't think they do those.
Yeah,
much
they do.
anymore.
Remember, I told you they had one out in the parking lot of IKEA. I was like, thank God we didn't bring Izzy. We would have never heard the end of that.
Yeah,
I don't wanna go to the
I
circus.
told them, I said, you just need to leave the baby with me because IKEA, I just can't see.
No.
I mean, I get anxious and whatever in IKEA.
Chiggers, Lizzie says.
Tiggers.
Yeah. Oh no, Izzy calls them triggers.
Triggers.
I'm like, no, they're no, they are triggers. Like, yep. Pig Newtons. There you go. All right, guys.
Deserves them right.
All right, yeah, deserves them right. Awesome stream. I had a great time. Hope you guys did too. If you did, please give the thumbsy upsies to this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do all that business. Come back, leave comments. We are still working on our 3,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you are new and you want to check out some of all of that business, check out the Sunday streams. And then leave your comments there. That is how you get entered into the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. You say, oh, what is that? Oh my gosh, I'm new. I have not heard of this. We have a big box of stuff that will be given away soon. So we'll go through that probably this coming Sunday as well.
And if you're not a member of Makers, go over
please.
there.
That link has been dropped.
Answer the questions because
We want to know more about you.
that's where all the cool stuff happens.
Yes, that's where the Makers Creative Club and all that business happens. If you want to know about all those links and anything and everything else that we have talked about, typically that information is going to be found in the Show Me More section. Hit that, and then a bunch of stuff comes up, and you will be able to see like our website and where to buy stencils and the papers that we talked about today, along with the the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group link. All of that business. We would love for you to join us in the Arty Perks. There's that. Let's see. I think we covered it all. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Bye.
Bye.